What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the DLB Daily. And we're gonna go with something that I don't think I've actually ever done. Now, we have done some ab training here and there, but this is a strictly all core workout, which everyone has always been asking for a million years. Like, what do you do for your abs? Well, guys, I'm gonna show you. So first things first, we gotta get a couple things out on the table. So everyone has always heard, abs are made in the kitchen. Now, we all have abs. Whatever's on top, that's your job to get off so that you can see all the work that you're doing. So no matter how many sit-ups and crunches and weighted crunches that you do, if your diet's not on point and you're not doing cardio and your training's meh, you gotta get all three working together. Now, it is a myth, you cannot spot reduce fat. So I can't get on a cardio machine and be like, okay, cardio, I just want you to use all the fat from my abs for energy right now. It doesn't work like that. So when you burn fat throughout your whole entire body. But what you can do, and what we do as bodybuilders, is we spot tone. So we can tone everything and strengthen our core, but you gotta get everything else on top. So it is also very good, no matter if you are not where you're supposed to be at, it's always good to train your core. Your core is just, and let's come back a little bit. When I talk about core, I'm not just talking about our six-pack abs. Our core is made up of front, side, your back. So our rectus abdominis, our serratus, our obliques, even our erectors, so even your back. So it's basically this whole midsection all the way around is what we're gonna be working. So I have come up with, we actually did this last week, and I know some people probably take this our WOD day as an actual rest day, but I enjoyed it so much and I enjoyed how I made it that I wanted to go over it this week. So we're doing 3 giant sets. The first part of each giant set is gonna be a huge compound movement. Because what our core is for, and it's not just for looking great, but our core is our stabilizer muscles. Most of the work that you do for your core, you're gonna get from your big compound lifts. So like your squats, your deadlifts, your overhead press, your rows. So obviously when you go heavy, you need a strong core to do that. And throughout the week, when we do those big workouts, and those big sets, you're gonna be working your core, but it's also important to kind of spot tone. So today is our spot tone core day, made up of our giant sets. So we're gonna do a compound movement, and it's gonna look a little CrossFit-y because some of these things I have gotten from my friends Miranda and Brooke. I really love this part of CrossFit is they do these huge compound movements which work your full body, which also work your stabilizer muscles, which work your core muscles. And then we will do 2 or 3 exercises where you're spot toning those abs. So it's gonna be a compound and then abs, or obliques or lower back. It's gonna be actually all of it. So, let's go. Core circuit number 1. We are starting off with one of my new favorite exercises. This is something that Brooke taught me how to do. We did it without using a burpee. We are going to add the burpee in because part of doing a burpee is that momentum and working on your core, and everything with these first compound movements is gonna be full body core work. So we're doing 3 rounds. We're doing dumbbell devil press with the burpee. We're doing hanging knee ups or lying leg lifts, whatever. I know some people have a really hard time with anything hanging. I'm gonna show you 3 different variations for that. We're gonna do a cable side wood chop. We're coming from the side, so we're chopping down a tree and we're gonna go both sides. And then we're going straight into a kneeling cable crunch. So the last 2 will be from the cable. So I'm gonna go through one by one and then we do it. So first things first is the dumbbell devil press. So this is one of my new favorite things. A lot of times I'll add these in on like a shoulder day. We're doing 10 reps of everything. So the only thing that if I think I wrote 10 reps. Yeah, like the wood chops, you're doing 10 each side. So devil press. We're gonna start with the dumbbells on the ground. And this is where the burpee comes in. Now your feet, I go outside. I've seen some people where their feet are narrow, but for me, the burpee is the hardest part. And I found getting back up, I shoot my feet wide. So my feet are gonna start out kind of like a wider stance squat. So when you start, we're coming all the way down. Hands go on the dumbbells. You go into a burpee. A burpee means you go all the way down to the ground. When you come back up, shoot those feet right back where they were. You're gonna bring the dumbbells up over your head, back down into a burpee. Up. You'll see this will be a full body workout. As far as weight goes, obviously this is a little bit light. I want you to actually be getting a pretty good workout. You should get a little shoulder pump out of this. So I'm just demonstrating with 15s. I'm probably going to, for my working sets, go to 35s. They're actually, right? Those are 35s.
Yeah.
I keep telling everyone that these are all wrong. They just don't believe me, probably. Just those. So, what? I already forgot what's next. So, I feel like I want to be like, any questions on that? Big thing here, when you come up, is when it gets heavier, I actually bend my elbows. So I come up here and bend. I've seen people just swing them up, but I have a slight bend when they come up. And then how you bring them down, you can bring them down here and then drop, or you can swing them down. Again, it's all gonna depend. As I go heavier, I'll bend and then back down. So maybe I'll try a heavy one quick. Whew, I'm gonna get really winded here. Whoa. So heavy one. Okay. Up, down, feet out to the side. No, I still swung. Yeah, bend your elbows on the way down. Feels better. Elbows down. Elbows. Yeah, I like that. Come down, bend your elbows, drop. Oh, that's one. So you're doing 10 reps there. Then you're hanging knee ups. Get to a bar. If you're not good with the hanging, you can just do floor leg lifts, or even a roll back, as in like a reverse curl. And with reverse curls, I don't want them fast. You're not getting it. You should be basically rolling your vertebrae back up and then back down. We're not going for speed today. I know it looks like a WOD that you would do really fast, but you're gonna train like you would normally train any other muscle group. I need to train my lungs. I'm winded. So you can do it that way. You could do leg lifts or hanging. I hate jumping. Hi. Hanging again. I want it to do no momentum. So we're just doing knee ups. So come up and I tuck and curl up. You just do it to the best. So if you can just do this, that's fine. If you can add almost like a reverse curl. So again, no momentum. If you have a Roman chair, I'll show you over here. So this will be somewhat like a Roman chair. I'm gonna just leave those. So a Roman chair is where you have your elbows. I'm just gonna do them here. You can come up. Your choice for that one. some sort of leg movement, some sort of reverse curl. You're doing 10 there. Nice, slow and controlled. Wood chop. Okay, wood chop. You can do wood chop a variety of different ways. You can go high to low, low to high. We're gonna actually do a sideways wood chop. Cable should be right about where like your stomach is. Maybe like right where your belly button is. That seems, yeah, that's good. We're gonna be using the rope because for the second part, for the kneeling crunch, we're also gonna be using a rope. We're just gonna move that back up. So for this, step away a little bit. I'm gonna choke up, hands together. So arms are straight, and then you're just coming all the way across. And this will really get your transverse abdominis and your obliques. So you're gonna do 10 this side. Notice that my head's not following, so I'm not going like this. So head is staying still and you're twisting from your midsection. Hips are gonna move a little bit. Try to keep those hips and your head still, and all the movement is gonna be in your midsection. When you switch, you just go the other way. Another myth, especially with bodybuilders, is I remember coaches saying like, hey, don't work out your obliques because it's gonna make your midsection really wide. Well, guess what? Obliques are fantastic, and they're like one of the biggest part of your stabilizer muscles. And you can always tell an athlete from a non-athlete. Athletes will have obliques. I think obliques are very cool, so work them out. So these guys, it does not make your waist large. Your waist is large because your waist is large. Your obliques are not gonna make them large. It actually makes, honestly, your midsection look better, in my opinion. Last part of this is the kneeling. Kai, can I have that? Kai, can I have that? So sorry. Can I have it? That's not helping. Give me it. I'm just using this for my precious knees. And again, weight is gonna determine, so your first round, if you go a little light and 10 was super easy, go a little heavier. So big thing here, I'm gonna move back a little bit, is you should have enough weight on it to kind of pull you up. And then your hips from here down, try not to move. So it's all within your core. So hips stay still and you just crunch, try to hold for like 1 or 2 seconds and then back up. Notice the hips are not moving. I'm not getting any lower. This is not what I want. I still need to move back a little bit. So try to keep hips movement to a minimum. Curl and then up. Curl and then up. If you want to get a little saucy with it, you can go opposite elbow to opposite knee. And then just alternate. Okay, 3 rounds. Again, this is not being timed. So you take your time, just like you would do if we were doing lat pull downs. We're not trying to do lat pull downs as fast as possible. Take your time, it's just 3 rounds as a circuit. Ready, set, go. it. Number 2 is all gonna have to do with a med ball. So I am gonna do wall ball shots. However, I don't have a wall to actually shoot at because I can't shoot there. So I'm actually just gonna do tossing up in the air. So we'll explain that. So we're doing 10 wall ball shots. We're gonna do 10 ball planks. So you're gonna kind of roll the ball into a plank position. Really gonna work your lower abs. Then we're gonna go into a Russian twist with our feet off the ground. You're gonna be balancing on your butt. And you're just gonna go side to side. And that's 10 each side, so a total of 20. And then we have a little tri-set at the end. You're gonna do 10 to the right, 10 to the middle, 10 to the left, which I'll explain. So first things first. So our compound movement is a wall ball shot. Also, you see this a lot in CrossFit. I love this exercise, and it's gonna be, you'll notice all 3 compound movements have you in some sort of squat position, and you're raising, so you're using your full body. So a wall ball shot, normally you would find a nice wall, which I can't throw against that because I'm afraid it would bend it. So I'm gonna just shoot it in the air, but I'll explain how you would be at a wall. So if you have a nice open wall, if you don't, you can do them my way. So you're gonna be maybe like a ball, maybe a ball and a half, no, about 2 balls away. This is not basketball, so you're not shooting. When you come down, you're gonna get into almost like a front squat position. And if you're too low, you gotta keep your chest up. So you're always facing up, your eyes are always facing up. When you go to throw, you're using both hands to release. So you squat up, you extend your arms up, and then you release, and then you're gonna hit a target on the wall. I'm gonna let you decide how high you wanna throw it. Obviously, the higher the better. As the ball comes down, so I'm gonna just shoot it up. So when you go up, you shoot. When the ball comes down, as soon as it hits your fingers, you start coming in that squat position. So you're basically like a front squat and then up. See how I'm like, as the ball's already coming down, I'm slowly coming down with it. So you don't want it to be, you want one fluid movement. So not catch and then down. You want to start coming down as it comes down, okay? So how I was just doing it, that's how I'm gonna do it because I'm not gonna throw against the wall. And then the wall space I do have, I have to move equipment. And you should be winded after these. So 10 of those, and then, gosh, I need to keep this on me. My brain doesn't remember things. Oh, plank. So we're doing plank with a ball. So you're in a top plank position. Your toes, your feet are on the, actually, this one does not roll very nicely. So it's gonna start with it on my foot, and then I'm gonna roll it up into a plank, and then back down. I need to be out more. So keep your arms basically right in line with your shoulders, so they shouldn't be like out here. Arms in line with your shoulders. Feet starts on the ball, and then up into a plank, and then back down. Plank, or pike, I keep saying plank. Pike position, so butt in the air, and then back down. So my feet are flat here. If you're already on your toes, it kind of makes it a little harder. So I start flat, and you might have a better way. I start flat and then up on my toe. Flat, roll up. Oh, guys, I'm winded just talking about this stuff. Oh, then we go into Russian twist. Kai, do you want to show them? Can I have that? Because I'm going to be there next. If this is actually, that could work. You can do this if you want something a little bit smaller. You can use a dumbbell. So just grab a dumbbell and you're going to go side to side. I'm going to show you without the ball first. So before you start, you find your little balance position. Yeah, this ball actually might be too big. Find your balance position, and then you're just tap, 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 tap. So again, we're working transverse and abdominis obliques. Let's see if this works. Yeah, oh, this is really big. So we're doing 10, boop, each side. Oh, Kaya, I might actually use something smaller for that. Nah, no, I'm just gonna use that. And then the last part, excuse me, Kaya. We're gonna be balancing back here, and you're just gonna, you gotta go out of the way for this one. So we're gonna go out to the side, out in front, out to this side, back to the middle, right. So here, tuck your knees in, straighten them out. Tuck your knees in, straighten them out. So you're just going right, over, left. This always starts 1. So you're gonna go 1, 2, there we go, 3, 4, got it, on the spot, learning. All right, circuit 2, let's go. And I have one more circuit for you guys. So we're doing 3. Yikes, what was I thinking? My body is rocked. So last but not least, this is 3 rounds. We're doing 10 kettlebell swings. If you don't have kettlebells at your gym, you can use dumbbells, I think. It's just not as cool. Body hollow rocks, which I will show you how to do. 10 plank hip dips. We're doing 10 to each side. Work those obliques again. And then last but not least, single jackknives. So a jackknife, also known as a V-up, people call them different things. Jackknife, you're basically jacking your body in half, but we're gonna go opposite hand to opposite foot. 5 to each side, so you go 1, 2, 3. So 10 total. So kettlebell swings are up first. I'm going to demonstrate first on a nice, easy one. This is 30. I will probably, for the workout, do about 40. If this is a newer exercise, obviously start light with kettlebell swings. So again, full body. We're gonna be using our hips a lot in this one. So I remember the first time I ever went to a CrossFit class, we did kettlebell swings, and I saw it as a sumo squat into a front raise. Great exercise. However, we're gonna actually let our hips, you're gonna hinge at the hips, so the kettlebell comes down. So instead of squatting, you're letting your hips come back. So your knees aren't bending a whole lot with this. So the kettlebell comes back, you let your hips swing back, and then you're coming up, and we're going all the way up overhead. Again, work with however your body feels. I know some people stop here. If you want to go a little heavier and stop here, that's completely up to you. If your shoulder mobility doesn't allow you to go all the way up, also up to you. So I'm going to be doing all the way up overhead. So how it looks, again, I'm going to have the same foot placement that we've been using for all 3 of these compound exercises, which is a slightly wider stance squat, feet slightly pointed out. When you come down, we're gonna start with our hinge first. So you're gonna hinge behind, and then we're coming straight up. Let let the kettlebell kind of just drop. You swing down with it, so comes up, let it swing, which then brings your hips back as you go up. And I know there's probably some CrossFitters that are watching this and will probably cue my form, and that's fine. But as far as I know, it's all from the hips. Let the kettlebell lead you back. Let it kind of comes almost, touches you in the butt. So let your hips up, come back, swing it back all the way up. Again, if you're stopping here, same thing. You can stop here. Okay, so 10 of those. Already forgot the next thing, because that's how my brain works. Oh, body hollow rocks. Also, another great exercise that I got from all my little CrossFit friends. So a body hollow, this is how they teach people to do like the kip pull-ups or like muscle ups. So you're gonna be, well actually you'll probably start up, but your hands are gonna be up over your head, almost like you were going in for like a dive. Like if you're diving into a pool, hands overhead, kind of tuck your arms right by your ears. And that will keep your upper body still. Your feet, kind of keep them nice and tight. And I kind of just point everything. And the way I start is I kind of start up, but you're just basically gonna rock back and forth. I let my feet touch, but my arms don't really touch. So I roll up and down my back. Oh my God, it's getting hard. Especially at the end of the workout. So biggest thing here is you keep your entire body contracted that whole time. So it's basically an isometric movement, but you're moving with it. So keep your body nice and tight. I start in the up position to get it moving. So you're just rocking back and forth. And then tighten those abs. Oh my God, it's really hard. Gosh. Next is hip dips. We're going to a plank position, but elbow plank. So you're in your plank position. Biggest thing here is keeping your back flat. Don't sag. So if your stomach's already touching the ground, you gotta tighten everything. So most important part of core is having a very, very strong back. So you know the Christmas tree, those are your erectors. If you have a very strong erectors, this will help. And then you gotta keep your entire core tight. When you tighten your core, it will flatten your back. So you can tell as you get tired, you lose form in your stomach, and that's what creates this. So you gotta start in a good position. Again, watch your arm. So your arms should be right underneath your shoulder blades. If they're not and you're like this, that's gonna create this little effect where you have like the mountain and your butt's in the air. So arms right underneath your shoulders. Where you place your head, I always say is you want to keep a neutral spine position. So if you're looking up, you're going to kink your neck. So you just face where it feels comfortable. So mine is actually down, maybe slightly forward. And then we're just going to rock back and forth, and you're going to touch your hip to the ground. Back up, hip to ground. Hip dips. Keep that head, so don't, if you do this, then you fall over. So keep your head straight, and you just lower your hips to the ground. And last but not least, I did save the last one. These are gonna be really, really hard. My abs already feel it. Those first two circuits, whew. So you start in just like you did with the hollow body rock, but we're gonna come like that. So as you come up, you're gonna touch this opposite hand to opposite foot, and then the next one is this. So you're just going 1, 2, all the way up to 10. So it's actually just 5 per side. Just let me take a second so I don't embarrass myself. These are gonna be really, really hard. Oh God. Oh, ready. So I don't let my feet touch the ground. My hands touch the ground, but my feet kind of stay up. And again, some people do them different where everything comes down and then back up. I find it actually a little bit harder if you keep your feet up the whole time, because you're keeping that constant tension on your lower abs. So when I start on the down position. So here we go. Oh, all right, now I gotta do it for real. Oh, good luck. Oh. Guys, if you survive that, holy crap, hats off to you. My last couple jackknifes. But in all seriousness, I don't even think I can get up. So, treat this, oh my God, my core. You should have heard. Treat this like you would any other workout. You don't need to speed through this. If you need to pause, there were some, what was I struggling with? What was I struggling with? Well, besides the jackknives, what was before the jackknives? I did the hip dips. What was before that?
Oh, the rocking one.
Oh, the body hollow rocks. I had to split that up in like 5. So I could do 5 and then I rest and then I do 5 more. Wow, I can't even think straight. So treat it like you do any other muscle. Work on the contractions, slow controlled movements, focus on breathing, and don't rush through it. Treat it like every other muscle group. So I need to eat a pizza now.